Around the Ozarks is now on your FM radio. Listen to Around the Ozarks mornings with Grace Gooley as I spotlight local people, stories, and podcasts, all while playing the country legends of the 90s and the hit makers of the 2000s. It's on the Ozarks' best country, 105.1 The Bull. It's time for Around the Ozarks News, sponsored by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Advanced Car Care, Smouse Brothers, and United Plumbing. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Well, we are not Ethan and Sarah Forhetz. They are out on vacation. I'm Chris Blasky, the video producer for Around the Ozarks. And joining me this morning is Kelly Lace with Midwest Family, and we're going to be taking care of the news this morning. I hope that's okay. We're going to change things up here a little bit. Kelly, how are we doing this morning?
Doing great. Excited to get going on this Monday morning. Back at it, better than ever.
All right, well, let's get right into it. Pomme de Terre Lake beaches, as well as Nemo Beach and Wheatland Beach, have been closed by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers due to a detected toxic blue-green algae. Now, it's exceeding the health standards, and the warning signs are posted, and visitors are advised to avoid any kind of bright green or scummy water. Now, the pet owners have been warned to keep dogs away from the contaminated water, as ingestion can be harmful. Now, while the beaches are closed, the drinking water around the area, as well as the showers of the campgrounds, they're all going to be remaining safe, and boating and fishing are still permitted. However, proceeding with caution is recommended, so ongoing monitoring will continue, and with updates, we'll be issuing it out as the condition changes, which is kind of a terrible time for this to be happening because we're heading right into the Memorial Day weekend, and everybody's going to be hitting the lakes, so hopefully this will get cleared up here before too long.
And if you want to boat or fish, just watch out for the blue-green water. You know, normal lake water is totally fine, but that blue-green water, stay away. And, you know, if you want to fish, just try to keep in the brown, not the blue or green.
There you go. What's going on with Hot Cluckers?
So Michael Feltz, a local business person recently released from the federal custody, is facing new misdemeanor charges in Missouri for failing to pay workers' compensation insurance for employees at his Taco Habitat and Hot Cluckers restaurants. The charges, filed by Missouri Attorney General, accuse him of not paying approximately $8,100 in insurance from April to October 2022. Feltz previously pled guilty to fraud involving COVID-19 relief funds, resulting in a 24-month prison sentence. He has been summoned for a plea hearing on June 22nd and is involved in civil litigation for failing to repay $8.2 million in restitution related to his federal conviction. Feltz plans to represent himself in the civil case.
Good luck to that.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like the American Indian Center of Springfield recently reported a break-in resulting in an extensive damage and theft of donated money, food, staff phones, and other items. Now, the center did share some of the sad news over the theft, emphasizing that the items could have been given willingly if asked. Now, they are seeking the return of a cherished red cart that has been with the center since its inception. Please start requesting any information related to the incident. And that's tragic.
Just a bad deal all the way around. And did you say that they would have given it to him if he just asked?
They said that they emphasized that the items could have been given willingly. So, again, just an unfortunate thing, an unneeded thing.
Absolutely. Down in Arkansas, a 20-year-old man from Oakland, Arkansas, named Aaron Keith Bynum, was arrested for allegedly threatening a mass shooting in response to potential lockdowns due to the hantavirus. The Marion County Sheriff's Office reported that the arrest followed online threats made during a multiplayer game. On May 9th, the FBI received a tip about the threats, leading to a subpoena for the game's parent company, identifying Bynum as the account owner. A search warrant was executed on May 14th, resulting in the seizure of a computer. Bynum was taken into custody and is being held on a $2,500 bond. Now, I'm not a gamer, but I know a lot of people out there are. So just shout out to the gamers. Anything you say can and might be used against you out there.
You got to be careful. It's not all just, you can't just hide behind the screen sometimes. So,
well, you can't just sit back and use the sniper rifle,
Right. Let's go ahead and shift things, though, into something a little bit more positive, as the Springfield Dream Home campaign has officially sold out. Because of the community's incredible generosity, support, and partnership, this year's campaign has raised $1.3 million for families and children of the St. Jude Research Hospital. Now, the contributions through sponsorship, prizes, promotions, and advocacy have helped create an experience that has really inspired our community to come together for a mission that matters. Now, the Springfield Dream Home giveaway is going down on June 28th.
Sold out.
That's amazing.
Sold out.
So good. $1.3 million. That's incredible.
Well, not quite as incredible as that. I don't know if you saw the Cardinal game or the highlights from earlier. So I'll just jump into it. While trying to cheer St. Louis to a victory during a thrilling 11-inning baseball game on Friday, May 15th, fans celebrated wildly in the stands, specifically with about 100 fans who went to an open section in right field in the ninth and twirled their shirts while chanting, setting off a noticeable celebration of shirtless fans. The St. Louis Cardinals then edged out the Kansas City Royals 5-4, and Yohel Pozo delivering the decisive hit, marking the Cardinals' fourth walk-up victory of the season. Now, the manager of the Cardinals, he was asked in the post-game press conference if he noticed them, if he saw them, and he said he would gladly make sure that all of those fans come to every game from here on out. And I think even I saw another report on this where he invited them into the clubhouse, met the players, walked around. They did put their shirts back on to go into the clubhouse, but I
did see a little snippet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's baseball, man. It's awesome.
Well, I'm admittedly a Kansas City fan.
That's why I punched up the Royals, because I was like, yeah, they beat them.
Yeah, you know what? The Cardinals have been on fire. The Royals, not so much. So
Nine of the times.
You got to give the tip of the hat. It was recently announced that Branson will serve as the backdrop for yet another upcoming holiday film called A Country Kind of Christmas, focusing on themes of music, family, and homecoming. And a news release, the executive producer, Lori Dode, did share of the warmth, hospitality, and the excitement of the local communities, which has really kind of enhanced the whole filming experience. Now, Heather Herman from Explore Branson shared that the film is expected to draw tours to Branson, citing a study that shows a significant percentage of travelers are influenced by TV and movies. Now, the film will premiere on an undisclosed streaming platform coming up here later on this year. So again, this is like what, 2 or 3 movies that Branson has been really the backdrop for. So this is awesome.
Because Silver Dollar City was one, or had one, or it was set in the city. And I know the Hallmark Christmas movies, and I know if you're watching this first time seeing me, a little something about me. I love Hallmark Christmas movies. I just love them. They are cheesy. They're awesome. They're great.
At least you understand.
And I admit it. I'm not here trying to hide behind anything, but man, I'm just excited that they're using Branson, hometown. They're excited with the warmth and hospitality. So hopefully it'll really jump off the screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So in other news, the Galois Theater is showing the 1985 film Back to the Future at this week's midweek matinee. In this 1980 sci-fi classic, small-town California teen Marty McFly is thrown back into the 50s, where an experiment by his eccentric scientist friend Doc Brown goes awry. Traveling through a time in a modified DeLorean, Marty encounters young versions of his parents and must make sure that they fall in love or he'll cease to exist. Even more dauntingly, Marty has to return on his own time and save the life of Doc Brown. Seniors 60 plus get a free combo ticket with proof of ID upon arrival. Now, I know I have to say that, and we have to categorize everything. We have to make sure that we're saying all of the things, but come on, it's Back to the Future. If you haven't seen it, go see it. And I'm sure if you see me in the street and you ask me, hey, Kelly, give me another summation of Back to the Future, it's going to take the entire time that the movie has in order for me to tell you, because I pretty much have the whole thing memorized. Love Back to the Future.
You're that guy that quotes it the entire time, aren't you?
I say it with them, or I will prompt to say it, like right before, oh, hey, you should say, hey, grab onto the Jeep,
Nice. Well, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with us this morning on ATO News. Now, Ethan and Sarah are going to be back with you guys next week, but we've got you the rest of the week. Now, if you want to keep up with more of what's going on with Around the Ozarks, get on over to AroundTheOzarks.com and get signed up for that daily newsletter. Kelly, thank you for hanging out with me today and taking care of the news, and we'll be back with you guys coming up here tomorrow morning.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, Taylor Gruba Chevrolet, and Godfather's Pizza. Here is your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. We are waking up to temperatures that are nearly at 70 degrees this morning, and it's going to be a summer-like afternoon in terms of temperatures. We've also got some activity on the radar early on today in the form of thunderstorms, and it's a difficult forecast today because there's a chance for severe weather for many, and others are going to stay totally dry today. It's kind of like a battle between the northern half of the Ozarks and the southern half staying more dry in the forecast area today as a squall line of thunderstorms heads south through the region. We are looking for some strong storms, especially in our northern counties north of Highway 60. And then as you get closer to Highway 60, the Springfield area and points south, well, it's not even a guarantee that we get the rain at all. It'll just depend on how far south that line can make it. But the best chance for showers and thunderstorms today is going to be early in the day, this morning through the early afternoon hours, and then another round arrives early tomorrow morning. So there's lots to get to in this forecast. We've got temperatures near 70 to start you out, as I mentioned. The potential for storms does exist today, and with that risk, there is a chance for severe weather. The most likely risk here, I think, is going to be for damaging winds, but all modes of severe weather are possible. And it's not just parts of the Ozarks expecting severe weather today. It's really going to be a huge portion of the country, stretching all the way back out into Texas, portions of Oklahoma, Kansas, Arkansas, even today, and then all the way up into the Great Lakes region. So a huge area expecting some strong to severe thunderstorm activity that includes the threat for flooding. Summer-like temperatures will greet us through most of the afternoon. We're starting at 70, so it's not that hard to warm up. I think the high today in Springfield will make it to about 86 degrees. It will feel hot. It will feel humid. And there's a chance for some thunderstorms, especially early in the day, so do keep that in mind. The biggest risk, I think, with these storms, I mentioned, it's damaging thunderstorm wind gusts, and I think that those winds could gust in excess of 60 miles per hour. I expect that most of these threats are going to be along and north of Highway 60, but it's basically the I-44 corridor and points to the north and west that have the best chance of seeing strong to severe storms. There were some really incredible reports coming out of portions of northern Kansas and then moving into central Missouri early this morning. That's where I think most of the severe weather will be focused, but it's certainly possible here in the Ozarks too. High winds, hail, and even some low-end tornado activity is going to be possible today. So stay weather aware. Make sure you have those weather radios on and know when to put that action plan into place, whether you're at work, at school, or if you're traveling here and there throughout the day. Another chance for some thunderstorms does exist for us, and it's a pretty good chance. Again, early tomorrow morning, we're talking about that threat for severe weather. I've got additional rainfall in the forecast as we head into the middle and late parts of the work week. So lots of things to track here in the 7-day forecast, with rain chances showing up for somebody in the Ozarks nearly every day. Today, the best chance is going to be early this morning into the early afternoon hours. Best chance again will be in our northern counties. Up and along either side of Highway 54 is where I'm expecting some of the strongest severe thunderstorm activity. We should dry out everywhere for the afternoon hours. It'll get kind of hot and humid around here with the south wind continuing. Temperatures then, we'll notice a bit of a cool down on Tuesday with severe weather possible again in the early morning hours. By Wednesday, we're talking about that threat shifting to our southern counties. Southern counties have the best chance for storms on Wednesday and Thursday. And then we've all got a chance for some scattered activity on Friday. So it does look like a very active week in the Ozarks with multiple rounds of showers and thunderstorms that are possible. Around the country today, what's making headlines is dangerous fire weather conditions for the southern high plains. We've also got severe weather in the central plains and in the upper Midwest. There's also some late season mountain snowfall out west that's happening in the central Rockies. So snow lovers out west are finally getting a little bit of snowfall after overall a pretty low season. All right, here's a look at that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. Which gas is the third most abundant in Earth's atmosphere? And the options that I gave you were A, carbon dioxide, B, argon, C, hydrogen, or D, helium. And the answer is not talked about as much, but it is B, argon. It is the third most abundant in Earth's atmosphere. So congrats if B was your choice. Here's a look at the trivia question for tomorrow. Which location holds the official scientific record for the longest continuous dry spell, meaning most consecutive days without rain in recorded history? Do you think that happened in A, Death Valley here in the United States, B, the Sahara Desert in Africa, C, the Atacama Desert in Chile, or D, Antarctica? You can let me know your guess. That's at the website. It's aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much for listening on this Monday. If you're listening with storms overhead, make sure you drive safely. Headlights on if it's raining. We'll see these rain chances wrap up as we head closer to the late afternoon hours and be dry for the second half of your Monday with hot and humid conditions. I'll be right back here to chat with you first thing tomorrow when we have more storms moving into the Ozarks.